Well, he has walked the Kokoda track. Now, Shadow Treasurer Joe Hockey is climbing at Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's highest peak and also the world's highest freestanding mountain. He's raising money for the Humpty Dumpty Foundation to provide medical equipment for sick children. Now, Joe Hockey joins me on the line now from Mount Kilimanjaro. Joe, first up, how is the hike going?
It's harder than
Joe, we are having some issues with the line. Can you hear me? Okay, clearly we are having issues, perhaps not surprisingly, from halfway up Mount Kilimanjaro. We'll see if we can get Joe back perhaps later in the bulletin. But moving on now, for the third time in a week, there has been a fishing accident off the New South Wales coast. This time, one man is missing and his mate is recovering in hospital after their dinghy overturned near Nowra.
Another nighttime search for a missing fisherman. This time a 26-year-old man lost in the waters of St George's Gulf in the Shoalhaven region. He and his best mate set off on a fishing trip from Sanctuary Point yesterday afternoon, but hit trouble when they ran out of petrol. They drifted for hours and around 6 o'clock their tinny overturned. Only the younger fisherman made it back to dry land. The man swam for an hour in the darkness to reach these shallow waters here behind me. A local man helped him to shore and then raised the alarm. He's being treated for hypothermia in Shoalhaven Hospital. At first light, the search resumed for the missing man. The mood in Sanctuary Point was sombre. Emotional family members waiting, while friends of the missing man scoured the area.
No, everyone's pretty gutted at the moment, I think.
Local fishermen say the water was just 5 degrees overnight.
Too cold. You'd last about half an hour in at the moment. The water's that cold.
There was no life jackets. I don't believe they were that well prepared to be out on the water.
Airline officials say a plane carrying 16 people has disappeared over eastern Indonesia. A Twin Otter plane was on a commercial flight when it lost contact with ground officials. There was no trace of the plane more than 4 hours after it took off. It reportedly only had enough fuel to remain in the air for 3.5 hours. The plane was on a 50-minute journey from Sentani, a major airport in Papua, to the town of Oksibol. OK, we are going to try and speak with Shadow Treasurer Joe Hockey again, who is climbing at Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa. Joe, are you there? How is the climb going?
Well, Mike, it's proving pretty arduous today. We're walking 10 kilometres up about 1,000 metres, and I'm in the middle of what appears to be a moonscape as we try and climb high and then sleep a little bit lower tonight. But everyone's in pretty good shape. A few aches and pains, and everyone's been closely monitored, so it's going well.
I know you did do a lot of training for this, Joe, but you say it is harder than you expected.
Yeah, well, I must have picked up a bug in Arusha, so the first 2 days I was pretty sick, actually. But I use a bushman's tactic to deal with it on the advice of the doctor, and it works. So I'm feeling a bit better, but, a number of the crew are feeling the altitude a bit. And when you start getting to double the height of Kosciuszko, which we're at the moment, you'll inevitably get some headaches, but you've got to try and keep your fluids up.
Yeah, the air starts to get pretty thin. It's hard going, but it is for a very important cause, Joe, the Humpty Dumpty Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Humpty Dumpty raises money directly for hospitals around Australia, and it's every dollar we raise goes to buying equipment that the doctors and nurses need in hospitals but are unable to get, and it also goes to East Timor. So I would urge people to give generously. We've already raised $1.25 million. But gee whiz, what price of life of a child? I mean, we can all give a little bit, and that's why there's 26 of us on this walk, to give a little bit to others.
Joe, how far to go until you get to the top? Or how long to go also?
Well, it'll be another 4 days, and I'm staring at the mountain now, and I can't see any easy route up. Well, I say it's the clouds. There are some clouds that are just peeling. They can't even get to the top of the mountain. We're just traversing across the mountain at the moment, and then sleeping low, and the next 2 days working pretty hard for what's best been described as Armageddon, which is the last 36 hours when we push off at midnight and have to go up about 1,000 metres to the top, and literally you're doing it at a slow shuffle as you gradually have less and less oxygen in the air.
OK, Joe, we'll just say again, it's the Humpty Dumpty Foundation, and people can donate via their website should they choose to. We wish you all the very best for what lies ahead, and we appreciate you talking to us, Joe. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Mike. And that website is www.humptiesmountain.com.au. humptiesmountain.com.au.
OK, we've got that up on screen now, Joe. So good luck to you, and once again, well done.
Thanks, Mike. See you, mate.
Do stay with us.